the other end of the spectrum, where we talk about the exclusively spiritual aim in life, then normally this is the realm of those people who have foregone material convenience in life in order to devote themselves to exploring the spiritual path in life. Normally, within this exclusively spiritual aim in life, you find such people as monks or nuns who may to keep them, to fulfill their material needs, but by doing that, who gain a time and the opportunity to study spiritual teachings, to be able to throw themselves fully into the study of spiritual teachings, to be able to practice the Noble Eightfold Path without any compromises, without having to worry about whether the money they earn may be causing some bad byproducts in society. They can be sure that their life is quite pure. But in between these two aims of life, the exclusively material and the exclusively spiritual, we have an aim in life which is perhaps more relevant to most of us, which is the aim in life where, although we must earn our living, but we still try to set aside time so that we have some spiritual knowledge or spiritual practice as part of our life. This is especially for the people who accept that merely getting money and spending it doesn't create full meaning in life. Such people must try to introduce at least some of their life with spiritual values. And there are different ways of doing this. For some people, although they may work hard during the day, 8 hours a day spent with their work, maybe 8 hours a day spent sleeping, but during the other 8 hours of the day which they have free, then maybe they spend an hour meditating. And if they do it every day, then it adds up. At the end of their life, they have meditated for hundreds of hours, and as a result of that, they have some spiritual knowledge. This is what we can call, it's like a part-time involvement with spiritual practices. The people who go to church on Sundays, people who go to the meditation center to meditate, even the people who have the discipline to meditate on their own every day. This is one way you can introduce this level of aim in life into your own life, in spite of the fact you still have to work. Some people are so busy with their work that even if it's on a daily basis or a weekly basis that they want to do their spiritual practice, they can't find the time. There are some people like this. It's not just an excuse that they are too exhausted at the end of the day to meditate, or that they work 7 days a week. For some people it's so bad that it's not just an excuse. They actually have no time to do this. But they may be able to take chunks of their time out from their work in order to be able to, let's say, have a year out, or to have 3 months sabbatical from their work in order to refresh themselves, replenish their spiritual understanding, so that when they come back to work, they have something new to enhance the value of their work. Places like Belgium, they have a good system for the civil servants, where they even pay you to get out of the country for a few years. Why? Because they believe that when you come back, then you will have more knowledge and more experience to add to the work which you did before. For students, often between high school and university, you can take a year out. Between university and starting work, you can take a year out. And most people see this in a favorable light as something which adds to your experience. So this is the sort of way which you can fit in the spiritual component in your life, even if you're normally too busy to be able to do that. Other ways include, for the person who does not practice on the daily level or a sabbatical level, but who finds that it's through their work that they have to get spiritual values in life, they may find that if they choose the sort of work which involves them with spiritual issues, then this may be a solution to getting spiritual betterment in life. Some people might work as, let's say, an accountant, and all day they are in front of the computer screen with a whole lot of figures. Sometimes they don't get very much satisfaction out of that. They may get a wage, but it doesn't help them to feel any more spiritually enlightened at the end of the day. But supposing that person changes their work to, let's say, being a nurse, where by the work they are doing, they get to see the smiles on the faces of the people who they help, although they still get a wage, but they may get a lot more satisfaction from this job. They feel that through their work, it's not just the money they are after, but they get to express compassion, and they may find that they feel enriched by the work they are doing. Some people find that they cannot choose their work, but it's true that if the way they use their earnings from their work can be put into something which is of benefit to society, especially if that person, through their wealth, can be a patron to something in society which is worthwhile or something spiritual, then even the way in which the person uses their money may be a way in which they can boost their spiritual values or understanding in life. There are some people who maybe spend all their time doing work for their business, but the money which they earn from their business they can put into useful things in society, and they get some satisfaction from the way they spend their money in that way. This is also a way in which, even though a person works hard and is caught up with their work a lot, but they can add some spiritual value to their life. So normally, when we are talking about the material spiritual aim in life, it's to do with compromise. It's to do with how you can add to your faith, your precepts, your self-sacrifice, and also your wisdom, while at the same time you are earning your own living. So far today we already talked about how to find your aim in life, and also about the 3 levels of aim in life as well. For each person, your aim in life will be somehow connected with all 3 of these levels. But what proportion of aim in life for each one, then it's up to you. Some people may be caught up with their work. Some people may be retired. They can have more freedom with their time. Some people may feel that they have a burning desire to get spiritual knowledge and they can't afford to waste time with earning a living or being an employee somewhere anymore, in which case they would have to be going for the exclusively spiritual aim in life. But even the monk or the nun still needs to have some economics in their life. There's always something in the back of their mind, but maybe not a very big component. So we have to make decisions about the aim in life for ourselves. For those of you who have the green exercise books, there's an exercise about what you see yourself doing during the rest of your life. If you tell yourself that you're going to live till 75 years old or 80 years old, If you ask yourself what you see yourself to be doing between now and then, sometimes it's quite an emotional question to answer for yourself. But if you don't ask it, then who's going to ask it for you? Are you going to let someone else plan out your life? You should be the one who has this aim in your own life. It should be clear for you. Maybe not completely clear, but you should have some clarity. It's said that even the boat going across the ocean needs to have the rudder to steer it to its destination. Otherwise, without the rudder, the boat just goes in circles, and eventually the petrol will run out. In the same way, although we may lead our life, but if we don't have a clear direction, we may look back on our life at the end of it and think, oh, why didn't I do more of that? Or why didn't I continue that until it reached the completion? It's a very pertinent question to ask for everyone. If you can answer this question, suddenly it will put your life in perspective. You find out that many things which you do in life, actually they are just a waste of your time. You find that you're wasting your time doing things which actually is not very important for your aim. If you have a clear aim, you can set your priorities in life. And when things come up in your life, you can choose the things which are higher on the list of your priorities. So if, for example, you have the opportunity to go on a meditation retreat, even though there may be a lot of extra work coming in your office, then if your aim is clear, yes, I want more spiritual things in my life, then you put the things in the office on hold so that you can take this opportunity. Your priorities will be clear. And really, I cannot overestimate the value of having a clear aim in life. As you pursue your aim in life more, your aim in life actually will become clearer to you as well. As you do more of it, it comes more naturally. But this is very important. There's even a child here in our temple who was very amused by the majority of adults. She said, when people play chess, they still have a clear idea how they're going to make the next move in their game. But when it comes to their lives, people have no idea what they're going to do next. Some people say, oh, go with the flow. Some people say, oh, I just take what comes. But really, the flow normally will take you to a worse place. It takes you to the lazy things in life. It's by going against the flow that you actually get to something stronger in life. Or like the salmon, which have to swim upstream in order to get to the source. So actually, it takes quite a lot of effort to get what you're really aiming for in life. And it's only if you have the clear aim that you will have the inspiration to make that effort. So this is quite an important blessing in life. In Buddhism, it's clear, and in many of the management sciences these days, they have personal coaches and trainers to help them to form their aim in life. Of course, some aims in life are not so valuable. I want to get the new sports car, or I want to have the big house. Okay, it's still an aim. But for us who meditate more, of course, our aim should be more valuable. If you have a clear aim, then anything is possible for you. But at least you won't be wasting your time with things which is using up your life. So for today, I think I probably said enough on this subject. But if you do the exercises in the book, then it's actually be quite valuable for introspection for your own aim in life, because no one else can make your aim in life for you.